Yeah. So ultimately, because at the time I think I was ended up needing to take a break right after the coaching session. It was like a month or two before I like got back.
Hmm.
But I started working on it, just like the simple stuff, like pick something, keep that in mind. Um, a lot of it is obviously just the simple micro stuff you're like always doing. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the tricky thing with Sigma is it's like he is so mechanically intensive. Like it's maybe some of the macro stuff is a bit easier, but
yeah,
I
because
mean,
ultimately a lot
being
of the
able to
time
get
I
all those
kind of
things.
I think because a lot of the time the main thing I do is I just like I pause after a fight and I'm thinking, okay, where is just the like where are the two angles here? And that's
Hmm.
I think that's what a lot of it ended up being.
Okay. Do you feel like you've progressed to any of those things? Like I'm looking back at a list of things, so whether it's the macro or the micro. If you were to kind of do like a mental checklist, maybe this isn't perfectly accurate, but how you feel you have done at that point versus that point. What ones do you think you've done well at? What ones do you think you've done not well at? What ones do you think are just kind of mid?
Uh, hmm. I think I still do feel a little bit better about the whole shield management, HP management.
Yeah.
Try and try and make sure I don't bleed below 300 shield before I get
Yeah.
below half health.
Yeah. Good.
Ideally.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, aggression, shield progression. All right. Especially mostly, I don't know, flip sometimes. Mostly just making sure I'm doing it when they have DDs that will make me cry
Right.
if I don't
Exactly.
do that.
Exactly. Okay. What about like the placement of the shield? This one's probably gonna be a lot harder to know if you're better at, but whatever.
Uh, Honestly, it's hard. It's also it's like hard to tell at the top of my head.
Works for me. What about your macro? Basic positioning, cover.
Cover. Yeah. I feel confident in my cover. Also cover is like my strong suit. It's
Okay.
just,
Sounds good.
especially like Sim, it's just simple. Just play in the corner for the love of God.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Looking at your form here, Winston Sigma Ramatra, reading through FAQ, would be capable of streaming Overwatch through Discord if you think a live follow up is appropriate. Yeah. What do you want to do today?
I mean, I'm down. I'm down. Cause like I was talking with like Ralph a few days ago, so I already had looked one of the games. I was like, man, I have no idea what happened here.
Yeah. Yeah, we could take a look at that game if you want to, and I mean, obviously, considering this is a follow up session, we can kind of go right into it without digging through the weeds, and maybe do some coaching after live coaching if you want to afterwards.
Yeah. Cause I did have a look at a Hollywood game, but there was also like I remember there was like a Midtown game I ended up drawing, which is like a miracle because we only full cap because I booped someone off with the melee perk. So
Oh,
like,
really? That's crazy. That's
yeah,
cool.
I was like literally like 1v3 and there's only one person on and, and it was like
Dang.
1 meter left. I actually pooped them
Dang.
off.
That
I'm
that's
like,
sick.
holy shit.
That's sick. That's sick. That's sick.
Yeah.
Where are you at rank
Uh,
wise?
I literally just hit Masters 5 yesterday.
Nice. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's a big goal. Good stuff. Okay. Questions since last time, training schedule, mentality, mindset, anything else, just general macro, micro strategy stuff? Anything that's come up since our last session?
um, I mean, it's always been something that's like kind of like been like difficult to work out. Is like because I did mention it's like Ralph when I was talking with them. Like
Yeah.
specifically like big high ground maps. Like I'm thinking like Hollywood second,
Mm-hmm.
like Jib second or something. Where there's like a really strong high ground where it feels awkward when they're forcing the car, and I'm like,
Yeah.
especially if like I feel like the DPS pressure that should be happening isn't happening, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't draw up. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I was like,
I mean, that's really where you need to go back to your turret positioning, right? Where it's like, I need to find
yeah,
like the angle that I'm going to put myself on and basically make myself an unremovable ass, right? Like, I'm a concrete block that they cannot push out. And if they go around me, fine. I think the other nice thing about Sigma is that you really, really can be more resource light than almost any tank, essentially. So you not only can plop yourself on a high ground or on an angle and kind of force people to move around you, but you can also let your supports do whatever they want. So it's still not optimal to play Sigma in those situations. Maybe even with the floating major perk, right? But still, like you could look at that and be like, hey, like I'm at least like let's think Gibraltar second, right? Like I'm gonna go in that mega room and I'm gonna look to contest that bridge, and I'm not gonna need healing for like 3 hours, right? I'm just gonna sit there and deny, make them play the plane, make them play underneath, and never ever like let any DPS or supports contest this space here. Just simplify the game for the rest of your team. That's kind of the goal of Sigma in those situations.
Yeah, because like those are like big macro situations where I'm like, where it just feels tricky with like the cards being forced, and I'm like, how much can I let happen here?
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Like, it's still not an optimal situation to play Sigma, but you can absolutely find value out of that. So yeah. Okay. Let's keep going here. Any other questions?
I don't think anything off the top of my head. That's like the only like major headache one when I think, because like just like the strong high ground points on like any like escort hybrid map where where it just feels like tricky with like cards being forced. That's the only thing I think like majorly like I'm like I can look at a replay. I'm like I'm not sure entirely what's like the correct play here.
Yeah. You said you had a code similar to that.
I
don't know if it's the same issue, but
I wouldn't say. I mean, Midtown Seconds. I mean, this game was mostly just because like there's a far in this game. Like I played this guy was on my team last game. I loaded in and I'm like, oh no. It was like it was a lot of spam.
Okay.
I think I had like fucking like I think I had like 4K over health in like 20 minutes. It was like some crazy shit.
That's crazy.
Because like he was barrage. Yeah, it was like 4.2K in like 18 minutes because like this dude was like barraging me constantly.
That's crazy. Yeah, Pharah can be rough. Okay, shoot it over. Let's take a look here. Let's hope it's not one of the cursed codes. Have you heard about the replay viewer bug?
Oh yeah, dude. I've been there. I've been trying to look at like things, and I'm like, there's like particularly cursed codes.
You want the sauce? So I just got the sauce like 10 minutes ago. The lead engineer I submitted the thing and I gave him like the worst code because I had a session yesterday that like it literally crashed. There was at no point in the VOD could you skip around. You had to watch the entire code without skipping at all.
Oh god.
And it's weird. There's some codes that like you just have to avoid a specific segment of the code and then you're fine. But this one was like super grumpy, which I don't understand at all. But he basically said that they have a fix in mid-season, so we're gonna have to suffer through it for a few more weeks.
Oh god, a few more weeks. I was hoping to get hot fixed.
Yeah. It is what it is. Okay. Yeah. He was very apologetic, so I guess there's not a lot they can do about it. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of let it run. If there's a specific segment or a point that you had like questions about, just let me know. But like we've been here before, I'm just gonna kind of like checklist all the things that we have on our list. Like I'm gonna try to think about all 6 at the same time. So you're gonna see Spylo micro max to the limit here, and we'll see what we can do. But if any questions come up, just let me know. Like you're like, oh, we kind of skipped over that, but I actually had a question about that.
I was hoping that guy would move.
Yeah. So a couple of things here. Just we're gonna kind of quickly nail these things. Now this is gonna be if you have elaboration on these points, I want you to say so. So I'm just gonna kind of go into it because this is not our first rodeo. So first things first here. You got to be really careful about how far you push beyond the fire station here, just because you see how you're breaking the rules, right? If you can hold fire and get here, you're cooking, because then you can just immediately LOS, turn accretion, you're winning the HP trade. This is one of those moments where you're going to lose HP to do something that shouldn't cost you anything, and then that's going to force kinetic, right? The other thing I want you to kind of point out here, so just basically TLDRs, hold corner. The shots are good. The accretion is also good. The kinetic grasp is good, but it shouldn't have been needed, essentially, is what I'm saying, right? The other thing I want you to look at here is I want you to just focus only on your crosshair movement when you're using your primary fire and your accretion. Just watch carefully. Just keep your eyes on the green little dot in the center of your screen. Do you see anything?
It feels like I'm aiming way too much with my movement.
It does. It looks very wobbly, for lack of a better term. I see a lot of this when it's not really necessary. Like your Sigma, I think there is a bit of the wobble because of the boom, boom, right? There's the two shot of your primary fire can kind of lend itself to active tracking, but it still should be smooth, right? Now I want you to compare that with, I don't know. Let's see if I can find something here. I'm looking for Bernard, but I didn't find any. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, I'm going to see if I can look through OBS Sojourn and see if we can find some Sigma. I think this is going to be important here. Give me just a second. Yeah, this might be okay. Let's see how this looks here. Oh, we even got some Midtown. Okay, so this is what we're gonna look at here. Let me stop my stream and let me restart on the window. So hang tight with me. All right. Can you see this? You might need to click over a little bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can see it.
And I want you just to watch how he moves his crosshair. Now, Max isn't like the most elite off-tank player of all time, but I do think he is a very strong Sigma player, so just look at how his crosshair moves. Just focus on that white dot. Now, he has a lot more practice than you, of course, but ignore that for just a moment. How is he controlling his crosshair? What are you seeing so far? If you don't see anything, it's fine. You don't have to pretend that you see something that's not there.
Yeah, no, I think I get it, but I'm trying to find the words.
Sure.
But...
It's a lot smoother than yours, you know? There's a lot less wasted motion. There's a lot less wobbling. It's much more... It's not rigid, but he doesn't just flick left and right and flick left and right. Like, even that right there, it's just very static. He aims at the corner. It's almost like... If you've ever watched, like, a really high-level Cassidy player, it feels very... it's very smooth, right? They're just basically always aiming at head height. Like, basically every aiming motion is lateral. It's not up and down and wobbly. It's not like... it's like, for example, it kind of looks like you're trying to... have you ever used a leaf blower before? Like, they put it on your back. And okay, so you gotta use the leaf blower sometime just for the sake of it, because it's hilarious. Because you just goes, you know, you're like, oh, you know. That's kind of, it looks like you're controlling something that you're not strong enough to control. Like, it's going crazy. That's how you're aiming. Whereas this looks almost like he's falling asleep at the wheel, right? Like, it's just very fluid, aiming at about chest to shoulder height. Even his accretions, there's no like crazy flicks. He just moves his crosshair to the target and shoots. And I think, like, when we talk about mechanics, right? The most important thing with mechanics is just reps. But a lot of along the way is also finding wasted motion. And I had a session actually just the other day of talking about DPS with this as well, with a Hanzo player, actually. And comparing, he would just flick. He wouldn't track, he would just flick. I mean, look at how smooth this is, right? He peeks, he spams, he peeks, he spams, crosshair at the same height. It's super, super, super smooth. There's no wasted motion at all. Yeah. Like, do you even see the accretion right there? He's not doing some crazy flick. He moves his crosshair before the accretion even comes out. Like, look, he's trying to track, and he only flicks for the last little second adjustment, right? Now, this guy is a pro player, right? So, like, let's not have expectations of you being like, you need to aim perfectly, right? It's that simple, right? But if you compare that to some of the jitteriness, the rushness, I just want you to relax and aim at their body. And I want this to be a smooth process that doesn't feel as jittery. And what that will do is that will help you to break some of the jitteriness. Are you back in the stream, by the way, the Overwatch stream?
Yeah.
Okay. It will not only allow you to address some problems Short term, in other words, your accuracy will probably go up. You'll probably feel a little bit more comfortable right now. But the more important reason why you should do this is because the long-term development of your mechanics are going to feel a lot better. It's a good habit to get into now. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it runs real long.
Like, you see how much Valorant. More... Yeah, like look at how jittery this shot is on the hazard. Like, okay, that's a hard target to hit, but look at this. We're going to slow this down. And watching Max would just aim and shoot. You know? Even this shot right there. Like, Max would never miss this shot because where would Max put his crosshair? He'd put his crosshair on the corner. He'd aim at the Ana. And there wouldn't be so much erratic movement. Right? There's a lot of wasted missed shots here because things feel a little bit more erratic than they need to. Right?
Yeah.
Now, that was a good accretion. You missed it, but look at how smooth the movement was here. Look at your crosshair. Use tracker, and you make that last second flick. You almost, you missed just barely, but I think you should be pleased with that. Okay. In terms of what went wrong here, you tell me. So we've been focusing a lot on the micro here in terms of how you're moving your crosshair.
Okay.
Let's talk about your positioning and the space controller. I mean, they use two ults. So let's just be honest here. Like,
yeah.
That's the biggest problem here. But like looking at it from a bigger perspective.
Yeah. So obviously no one's walking forward because they're getting spammed by Pharah, but it's not easy for me to do something about that.
Mm-hmm. If you don't see anything, it might just be fine here. I just want you to think it through.
Yeah. So I also got the Hazard and Pharah looking directly. The Sojourn's kind of really far away. So I think like shooting here is kind of a mistake just because you can take her out of the fight with the shield and then try and get Hazard or Ana, put pressure on Hazard or Ana to back up so they might actually be able to see the Pharah properly.
Yeah. I think this is kind of where like I like this here because who are you controlling? You see it? So they're based. Yeah. Your resource light controlling. But then notice what happens when you go for the accretion on Pharah. Recall shield, miss your accretion, but it's okay. And then not only that, but you give up the corner. And so do you see how much space that you've given up because of that? Look at where they were. Look at where they are. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And that happened partly because you left the corner, partly because you stopped shooting them, but also because you just dropped shield as well. So I don't think I would overthink this, but I guess it's just a good reminder. Hold the corner, keep them honest. Hold the corner, keep them honest, essentially.
Yeah.
Let the Hazard Pharmacy do what you want. Throw an accretion at them, that's fine. But let your team handle that threat if you can't handle it. I wonder how much of this, when it comes to your crosshair movement, comes to you trying to multitask too much. You see this? Like,
yeah.
You know, why are you looking here? You know, you could see this out of the corner of your eye. You don't need to adjust your shield placement necessarily. Look at the Hazard straight in the face. It's like every shot is accompanied by flicking your crosshair away to look at something else. Maybe we're a little bit too in the controlling two angles pilled, you know, where it's like it's more about what you, because if you think about it, it's I mean that's a good way of thinking about it, but it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be moving your crosshair two different directions constantly, you know. It's fine. I mean that's fine. Whatever. Well, I'm not gonna oversweat it. Sure. Next corner. Still some of the, you see some of the wobble, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like this flux as much because I think you reached a little too far, but honestly, it's impressive that you hit that. I'm not even mad. Like, that's crazy that you hit that. Keep fluid. There you go. Yeah, jeez, that wobble's killing me. Check this out. This right here is the moment of like, well, check it out. Right here. Check this out. You see that? Do you see that with your crosshair? Watch your crosshair on that last primary fire on the hazard. Right here. This one right here. Watch this. Watch your crosshair. You see that? It's... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep an eye on that. I might want to do some live coaching on this and have you work on being a little bit more fluid with this.
Okay.
The question is, part of it, we think that it might be that you're trying to, like, in these more open spaces that you're trying to worry about two different angles a little, right? And it might be causing this over flicking. But when you look at something like that, do you have any guesses as to why that might be a mechanical habit for you?
I'm not entirely sure. Because like I think I know that you mentioned it, I feel like I see that a lot if I've like watched any of my replays in slow-mo, like a little wobble and I'm like shooting someone.
Yeah.
I don't know. Best guess, too much Valorant low elo spraying.
Could be. It might also, I still suspect that it's partly because of the double firing of the character that you're trying to like flick the second orb to hit it. You kind of see what I'm saying? Like it's ba-bam, you know?
That's definitely a factor sometimes.
Yeah, could be that. But even here, it's like, goodness gracious, just aim at the corner. Okay. Wouldn't worry as much about that. I think what you're doing
Yeah,
right now is good.
I'm just more so seeing how my team's reacting to that.
Nice, she's dead. Good. Do you see the hazard? How'd you do?
I don't think I saw him. I'm not
That's
sure.
okay. This is fine. You're still controlling backline, so. Okay, we'll zoom ahead a little bit. Probably wouldn't accretion that just because he's not really taking any space or anything, so just hold it.
I mean, it was like my high ground.
Nice. This is fine. It's just 2 ults. Next fight. See, like, this is where it's so important for you to be fluid. Like, I look at this here, and the most important thing that you could do right now is land a volley on that Sojourn. Right? Like, you have to hit her. You have to. And here it is. Right, over flick left. And then you're like, object permanence. Let's look at Mercy. It's fine. Clear out. Oh, you see the wobble again? I like the rotation here. Oh my days. Oh my days. Nano barrage? Are you serious? All right. This is crucial. You have to hit the secretion. Oh, okay. Never mind. She just skips you. Never mind. That was close. You almost got her. I'd focus on Soj, but
the time in the workshop code paid off.
Yeah. Nice secretion. Man, he's come so close to getting her a few times. That's fine. I mean, the nice thing about the pharmacy is that this map is not that good for it, so you've been able to consistently be a threat to her, right? Whereas most maps, you're not really...
She can't flow in the skybox.
Right, exactly.
In the hope of contesting her.
Rotation here is good. Good shots. Reasonable accretion there. Or kinetic, excuse me. You could flux this. Sure, get her out. Alright, I might want to do some live coaching after this, but I really want to see your C9 here. Is it on the attack, right, you said?
Yes, attack at 3rd point.
Alright,
right for the full cap.
Alright. Nice accretion. Yeah, good stuff. Good. Nice. Yeah, okay, let's see this here. Overall, your turret positioning has been much better. I think you do a much better job of kind of controlling corners. Your shield placement as well has definitely improved. The biggest thing I've seen is that sometimes it's mostly the mechanical side of things, and then a little bit of sometimes you get a little bit floated in the nonsense, right? Like the turret positioning in terms of holding your corner, applying pressure from that corner. Sometimes we kind of catch you napping in terms of how far you're split, especially that first fight, right? But honestly, like from the small little bit of sample size that we've seen here, I could see the improvement. All right, let's see this C9 here.
I'm really hoping to get it flux, but I think someone touches it. Yeah.
I mean, you just straight up murdered them.
I thought-
You didn't
I
even
thought-
freaking float them.
sorry.
No, you suck. You suck. You just killed them. You just destroyed them. So you were wrong, but also you were the goat. So that's all there is to it. Nice job.
I
Nice job.
remember wrong now.
Good mechanics. Good
embarrassing.
mechanics. Yeah, I mean, I will highlight here, like, as much as we've been beating you over the head with your mechanics, like, let's slow this down here, right? You hit the accretion. Much more smooth mechanics. I know she's stunned, but there's no crazy flicking. And then this here. No crazy flicking. No crazy wobble. You just shot him. Even that shot on the Mercy, right? You're just shooting them. Like, you're not... you're not trying to wobble strafe or wobble. You're just shooting them. That's all there is to it. Just shoot them. Hold your corner, shoot them. Hold the corner, shoot them.
Yeah.
Let's do a game. Let's do a game. Queue up real fast.
All right.
And then see if the stream works.
Share screen.
So we're going to multitask with you. I want you to work on locking down your corner. Be really disciplined with holding that corner. Don't worry at all about your cooldown usage, and only worry about being smooth. Smooth and relaxed with your aim. Hold the corner, smooth and relax. Hold the corner, smooth and relax. That's all. Make sense?
Map. A good map.
Dang, that was a 11-second queue.
Get
fricked, buddy.
This is. There could be worse. There could be worse.
There could be worse. It could be worse. Could be worse.
Okay, I can work with Garden.
Yeah, true. Garden.
Control Center's the one I'm worried about.
Honestly, I like Control Center over Garden. I have more problems with dive spread than I do with Brawl Tanks. I don't know about you. That's my take. You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
It's just like, yeah, it was like what's.
I'd rather play versus a Ryan than play versus a Winston. Or a Doom. Lock it. Force it. Trust. I know you just hit Master's 5, so we're going to tank your rank. I see.
I'm just looking at the roster. I'm just thinking.
We pray for Night Market, though. That's what we pray for. Alright, find your corner. Smooth and relaxed. It's going to be especially hard because it's live coaching, so there's pressure. Right? So, good practice, right?
First game on, live coaching. What could go wrong?
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Alright, find your corner. Don't worry as much about your mechanics. There's the Winston. What did I tell you?
Diva, Genji, Venture. Okay,
Nice and slow.
Off to a good start.
Yeah. Nice and relaxed with your mechanics. Be super relaxed. Yeah, this is excellent right here. Nice. Relax. Find your corner and relax. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see, I'm telling you, the difference is crazy. This is really good mechanically. You should feel great.
Did they just... Okay, I was...
Nice and relaxed. Stay locked in.
Fine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, we just all died.
That's okay.
That's tough. That is tough.
So from a macro perspective, you died because you wasted so much shield prior to them walking to the choke, so then you took a lot of damage, your supports had to double pocket you. That's why.
Oh, really? I thought it was like... I
Nope.
thought I was getting less heal than I expected there. My bad. Then.
No, you dropped to 150 or so. But for what we're practicing, this is super nice. This is a super mobile composition too, so you're doing good. Nice. Be fluid. Nice. The GOAT. I look at Moira, Genji, Venture, Diva, and I'm thinking, gosh, this is going to be hard to hit shots, and yet you're just killing it. Do you feel just like the small adjustment with your mechanics?
Yeah, I feel it. Oh, okay.
Good. Hold the corner, you should be fine.
Yeah. No, this is my space. You may not take this angle. Nope.
Good. Don't wobble. Nice and relaxed. Just find the corner and spam it. Yeah. There it is. That's funny. Hold the corner. Nice and relaxed. No wobble.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. Nice and relaxed. I mean, it's,
Yeah,
it's
I'm worried about it. I'm just surprised he went for the rock because it's not
I am
gonna do
too.
anything.
Yeah, I am too. Nice and relaxed. No wobble.
Oh, that's tough.
That's okay. Get a trade here. Or just dying point. Yeah, this is fine too. I mean, even that right there. Under that much pressure, you hit a double primary fire on a jumping Ana. That's really good. I don't know what it is, man. I'm going to be honest with you. I was not expecting you to flip the switch this quickly. In terms of like this is like really good. This is the type of mechanical training that needs to happen, and you just like immediately flipped it. Same stuff. Let it rip. Nice. Good flux. Very good flux. Yeah, I mean, no complaints. Like, I don't know how to, like, explain it exactly, but, I mean, I do know exactly how to explain it. The fact you're hitting so much more damage, and you're forcing so many more cooldowns, and you're putting them in so many more bad resource trades. And I look at this kind of demonstration here, and I think how many shots on Hazard, Sojourn, Ana, how much easier that game would have gone if you were playing like this mechanically.
Right.
Now, part of it might be I'm just having a good day today. I'm feeling calm, I'm feeling smooth. That's true. We all have good days and off days, right? However, even on an off day, if you go in and you force yourself to slow it down, and you force yourself to relax, and you just force yourself to play the way that you know that you're supposed to play, that's the mindset you need to be in every game. Every single game. Same thing here. Lock in. Yep. Find your corner, slow it down. Nice and smooth.
Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of like remind me of like Valorant. I remember like watching Counter-Strike, they'd be like, and there's someone rushing, they'd be like literally just go into DM and they're like, just don't shoot until you're 1000% sure you're on their head. And like, you see people do stuff like that as well.
Yep.
And they're like, wow, I have so much time to land out my shots.
So you're starting to wobble a little bit. Relax.
Yeah.
It's okay. Be smooth.
No, the melee.
No, it's okay.
I'm just...
No wobble. Stay nice and smooth. Hold the corner here and just shoot. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there it is. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. No wobbles. Stay calm.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you got scammed there.
Oh, what?
That's okay. That's okay. You guys can still win this.
Push.
Fiona loses. She needs to land an anti-nade. It was better, but the closer that you got, the more stressful the trades got, the messier your mechanics got, right? So,
yeah.
Pull it back in.
Don't die, Cass. I need you. Who is broing? Oh, it's a Genji. He's mad. That's good.
Nice and smooth. No wobble. No wobble there. Good. He's gonna have flux. Nice and smooth. Nice.
Whoa, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Nice and smooth. So a lot of cooldowns. Nice and smooth. No wobble, no wobble.
I want off the map. I want her off the map, no.
Yeah, there it is. Nice job. Nice job. Good job. Really nice work.
How are you doing, Cass? Alright, we can play here.
No wobble. Stay nice and smooth. You don't need to be flicking here where the crosshair needs to be. Just shoot.
Yeah.
Nice and smooth as you push.
Oh, what? Did you see? Oh, I'll take my Soji subs.
Coming out of this, stay smooth.
Yeah.
Hit every shot. Nice. Go for it. Nice.
Oh, she's not that. I really expected her. Oh, she got the main. No, I was about to say, I really expected her to die.
I mean, yeah, it was a reasonable. It was an educated gamble. And this fight is still very winnable. If you guys get one more kill here, you should be okay.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. We really needed our Soji to go huge there. That's okay, they win these. Oh, they did not win these. 80%.
Okay, stay smooth. Probably need to do a coast rotation here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to gun
Let's
it,
go, let's go,
'cause-
let's go. Nice. Stay smooth here, despite the chaos, stay smooth.
Oh, that's tough. Did not
That's fine.
rotate
You guys
that.
are up one. Stay smooth.
Honestly, the float effect is actually ridiculous.
Yeah. Alright, so again, stay smooth here. We need shots landed on these divers. Even if it's not a lot of damage, we need to be hitting some damage.
I'm do okay. I think we'll listen to this how. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Still winnable. It's okay. Still winnable, actually. This is that Moira probably should be dead.
No, so
That's
that
fine.
is tragic. That is tragic. That's my bad. I kind of zoned. I felt like I zoned out a little bit at the end.
Yeah, you definitely did. Mechanics fell off. Lucio, maybe. Yeah, you could touch, maybe. Oh no, this is a fast OT. Let's go. So that's one of those moments where it's like, we needed more from you there, right? We didn't get it.
Yeah.
Like, we needed another volley on the Diva. We needed another volley on the Moira. We needed another volley on the Genji or the Tracer or Nakri or anything, right? And it just got a little bit shaky the more pressure that you put on yourself. And it's an interesting thing where it's like, is this a mechanical habit? Absolutely. Is this a habit that becomes exacerbated the more pressure that you put on yourself? That's also something to keep an eye on.
Right.
Because your mechanics kind of snowballed in the first point. It started off pretty good, and then obviously it went really well, and then you felt really confident, and it got smoother and smoother and smoother until you were like playing lights out mechanically, right? This one was kind of the opposite. It started to go shaky, and you started to get worse and worse and worse. So reset mentally, and don't worry as much about the result. Just worry about, where's my crosshair going? Am I controlling my crosshair? Am I finding my corner? Nice and smooth. Put on a masterclass, starting with the first engagement here. Nice and smooth.
Question.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. No jitter. That was a good volley right there. That was perfect.
Oh.
You're fine. Have you seen the new hero Freya? Have you seen gameplay for her yet?
Yeah, I saw the spotlight trailer.
Yeah, so she has this effect where she lunges and scopes and she like slows down. So it's like this really stressful moment, but she like kind of slows it down. I want you to have like Freya aim, right? You're moving around and yet your crosshair just remains really relaxed. Like right now, you're just completely clinical. Nice, that was good. That was nice. That was really, really good right there.
Yeah. Also, probably a tiny part of it is just that my mouse is like much lighter. I got like a much lighter mouse like a month ago. That's my cope.
So maybe I mean maybe, right? Maybe, right? I mean that might be the cause. So, you know, what's going to be the solution essentially, right? So even here, there's a lot of pressure right now. Can you stay calm, find your corner, and hit your shots? Nice. Stay calm.
Ah, that's
Right.
tough.
Oh, you almost got him too. That's all right. That was more of like cooldown usage in terms of shield and so on.
Yeah,
But we're not really.
clip,
We don't
unfortunately.
really care about that right now.
Yeah.
So it's our first negative fight. So can you pull it back in and reset it just being smooth?
Oh, okay, that's another turret. We take those.
Smooth, smooth, smooth.
Oh, okay, we'll go.
Ooh, okay. What a snipe. Holy crap. Nice and smooth.
I think did the float carry him? That's
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think you used
I don't know. It looks
it.
like.
You didn't use it. So see?
Oh, I thought I did. No,
Yeah.
I thought I went a little further than you.
You're
wanted
crazy with the fluxes, though. I'm not used to seeing people hit fluxes that accurately from that distance.
to. Oh, that's my
You're
bad.
fine.
I need to be aware. I'm zoned out. I'm distracted.
That's
I'm sorry,
okay.
Zen.
Well, you're worried about mechanics. You're worried about mechanics. Just keep using the mechanics here. Nice and smooth. Hit every shot in this guy.
No, that's my bad.
Yeah. Nice.
No, the Bastion.
That's okay. That's okay. Like, you look at that fight and why did you lose? Because you're Zen. You should have pocketed your Zen. But again, I don't care. Like, you're working on mechanics here. This is your mechanics round. You're
Yeah.
gonna let that stuff go.
I know. I'm like, honestly, then I'm like, oop, that's my bad.
Yeah, that is fine. It's fine. You got to be long vision, you know. Worry about addressing the
That's
the
okay.
habits here.
He should have
Stay
farmed
s-
his ult faster.
That's
Not my
true.
problem.
That's true. He sucks. Yeah. All right, nice and smooth here. Nice and smooth. I want a perfect fight from you. No wiggle. Nah, no wiggle. Nice and smooth. Yeah, nice and smooth. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. You see, kind of what they did there is like you got off angle,
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
then you pivot to
yeah.
shift the off angle, and then
Yeah, I should have
simultaneous.
gone left. I should have gone left.
Yeah, it's all right.
I was like, I saw the damage coming in. I shift and I hit them. As soon as I hit shift, I'm like, fuck, this is a mistake. He still
Yeah,
rock.
yeah. It was well played by the Sigma. Okay, we got another fight here.
Yeah. I'm gonna lose.
Super smooth, super smooth,
Do not go that way, Kaz. You will die.
super smooth. Ooh, yes, good tracking.
What? Oh, that's tough.
That's okay.
That's all I gotta get grabbed there.
Mm-hmm. So winnable.
It's okay. Zen touches trust.
Stay smooth mechanically. Nice. Still winnable. Smooth.
No.
Don't worry about it. Still winnable. Still winnable. Stay smooth.
That's
Okay. So this is one of those games where it's like, in terms of like how you were managing your HP and the cooldowns is like was really the main factor.
Yeah, I got
But like you did such a good job practicing what you needed to do here.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's not all about damage, but press tab, right? That is a pretty good correlation to what we needed to practice here. You did a good job. You did a really good job. So let's take a quick look at this code here real fast. Excuse me.
Reversal, no. Nah, I'm not surprised. I was not really focusing on like my
Right.
general macro of that game at all.
So I actually like looking at these types of games where you are practicing on one thing and then completely exposing yourself to like autopiloting on everything else, right? Because what you can kind of see is you can kind of see when you're not playing for a good code, where you're trying to play your best, when you're focused on one specific facet, like you should be, what looks messy. I restarted stream, so you might need to jump back in.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm back in everything.
Any questions so far?
No.
I'm gonna have a fun little challenge for you here. I want you to
Okay.
pretend that you're Max here, and I want you to look at how you're moving your crosshair and how you're aiming, just for a little bit. Ignore everything else. Just worry about your cooldown usage or your mechanics. Excuse me. Right here. See how much more smooth it is?
Yeah.
So much more calculated and smooth. So much less jerk. You know, like even the tracking there in the Genji, very fluid. Very fluid. Just corner peeking spam. Corner peeking spam. Nothing crazy. No crazy flick. There's a little bit of a flick there. A little bit of a wobble there for an adjustment. But it just feels very relaxed. And that's kind of what I wanted to highlight here. Now, I'm going to pocket that. We're going to ignore that for the rest of the review because we're going to focus on some other things. But nice job. I'm going to go ahead and take a note of this in your channel here. Work on crosshair / aim smoothness, being relaxed and less wobbly with your aim. This needs to be something that you work on constantly. Constantly. I don't need it to be quote unquote fixed. I need it to be significantly better than where it is right now. And so much better that it's better without you even thinking about it. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Everything else is now on up for grabs here. So we're going to ignore the crosshair wobble. You can see it a little bit there. But as soon as you get under pressure, watch one volley. So it's not perfect, this code. Check this out. You see it? Do you see that volley right there? You still there?
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry. Did you see that last volley?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little bit of panic, and then your mouse starts going crazy. You know. Now, in terms of macro here, we'll go back even a little bit further than that. The main problem here is look at your HP and look at the shield. Like you're getting early pressure, but you're using shield to swing wide, and so then you lose HP, you lose shield, shield breaks, and look at where you're at when the fight starts.
Yeah. Part of me just it was only like once like the shield broke, and I'm like, wait, I don't feel like I'm getting as much healing as I expected.
And so you got defensive nade, you got harmony orb, you got freaking everything. You got the kitchen sink, and your DPS got jack, right? That's basically the point here. Now I'm not criticizing you, and I'm not criticizing how you're playing. What I'm saying is that when you are basically just completely in a different world working on something else, these are some of the things that need to be shored up, right? Which is basically pre-fight resource management, essentially, and cover usage.
Right.
Because you were like, what's going on? Like, I'm popping off. Like, obviously, like, you can kind of see it there. Mechanics here really smooth. I don't want to overthink it right now, but I will highlight it when I see it. Like, again, here, like, look at the damage that you're doing. It's so smooth. And look at this. Look at this, too. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Shift. Yep. Okay. We'll keep going. Fluxes were nice, mate. This is not an easy comp to Flux. You did a good job. I guess Cass on is not that bad, but you did a good job. Sure. Controlling backline, then this is the perfect representation of turret positioning that we want, right? You see this? This is what we want. Like, if you look at this, I know a lot of plat Sigmas that would look at this, and what would a plat Sigma do?
The panic can go turtle on point.
Right, or well, okay, maybe not that bad, but right, they'd go walk in and be like, oh, I'm gonna go peel the Diva, or I'm gonna go peel the Genji. No, your job is to control the static backline and to cut these guys off from the corner that you're in. So what do? You trust your team, you force the Kasana out, you isolate the Diva Genji, and it turns out everything's just fine, right? That's kind of like what we want to see. So that was really good. Team is walking forward here, so you're allowing them to.
Yeah.
And then here it kind of comes down to, like, I need to see as little shield as possible. If I don't have much to say, we're going to keep going. We're going to be efficient every time. Go ahead, start backing off now. Preserve the shield. I mean, it's definitely, yeah. It's definitely worth going for the accretion here, because if you hit it, that saves 2 kills. So yeah, okay.
I mean, if you hit it, and you might not lose the fight, or
yeah. I mean, look at how smooth your aim is, even under, like, we're thinking about trades here. Check this volley out right here. And then even look at where your crosshair was for the follow-up. You see that? Like that was good. This is under a lot of pressure too, so yeah, it was good.
The barrier appears. The barrier has fallen.
Good. Good use of cover. I don't really have a lot to add. You guys just kind of rolled them here. You did a good job.
Yeah.
Did a really nice job. Let's keep going here. Okay. Any questions?
We just need to win one more round.
I don't think so.
Okay.
So far, especially because that first point was
Yeah.
relatively straightforward. I feel.
The barrier cannot withstand much more. Barrier has been overwhelmed. Return to me.
Died. That must sting.
I think this has been mostly okay. We saw a little bit of the return of the wobble around here, where you're getting a little bit overstimulated. And I think like this is kind of this is a consistent theme for you. This reminds me of the Hazard fire engine mistake. Do you remember that one on the very first fight when you were like, you just don't need to press W here. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no real reason. Now later on, and I want to say on this fight, I think you actually press W, but you press W because your intention was to chase targets back here and back here because you had an advantage. That makes sense, right? Like, okay, sure. But here, this kind of stuff, like this just feels so sloppy and so lazy for no real reason. You know, and again, it's the same thing as the Hazard fire engine. You overpeak, you actually mess up your aim, right? When there's no real reason to press W. So you miss all of your shots, you overextend past cover, and then you get your kinetic grasp forced, right? That's definitely a habit with you that has to be broken. It's not that you should be fully static with Sigma, but if you don't have a reason to move, then don't move. Don't throw off your aim, don't get your grasp forced, don't break cover. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because then that's just like it forces us into kind of like a negative gameplay loop. Like, this is fine, just keep shooting. And this is when you start to walk forward, but why do you start walking forward now?
Because he's kiting, so I can take the space.
Right, but it's not just about him, right? It's about who you're trying to shoot. Who are you trying to shoot right now?
Moira to force the fade, and then
Ash, right? So, and those targets have gone from here to here. So now if you sat on the corner here, you would be unable to put pressure. Now, maybe you could have thrown one more volley in the Moira before pushing forward. But the idea is at least this makes sense. Like, you're pursuing a target as they're moving away. So this one makes sense, right? This one makes a little bit more sense, because this Ash would not be pressurable without you pressing W. But you need a reason for it. And even when you do move forward, you kind of move forward and hug the corner here. You're not standing in the middle of the point. I honestly thought you got kind of scammed by that accretion. That's a classic Sigma where it like materializes just on the other side of your shield, even though he's behind it. That's annoying, but it's just a shield placement mistake. And sadly, it costs you the fight. But like I don't think you fundamentally misplayed this. I really like this angle from you. This is really clever. Easy fade, easy Ash cleared out, and now Sigma's isolated. Sigma's isolated, you force shift, that forces defensive nano, all because you took the time to set up an angle. Nice job. That's more of a defensive accretion just to make sure that he doesn't like
waste
get the first
time.
Yeah, he's right, waste nano time, exactly. Clear out the Genji. Good shots there, that forces deflect, he's out. This is one of those moments again where like I think you're thinking like, oh, I'm clearing out angles, I can push, but obviously you don't need to push. Why?
Well, I mean, we just gotta wait. No, there's no point. Like
partly,
I need my shield back. I need to wait on that.
Yeah, you're waiting on your cooldowns, and also even if we ignore the nano, you have a Moira right in front of your face. Get her out.
Oh yeah, I did not mean to peek the corner this wide here. In the first place.
Sure, that's fine. Now we rotate to the next corner. Now we poke out the Sigma. See, this is the difference between the two, right? When you were in this position last time, you walk forward onto point. This time you go, oh, I don't need to walk onto point because I can reach Ash from the corner. So guess what cooldown you don't have to use? Kinetic Grasp, right? So you're actually, even though you take Accretion, Nade, Sigma, Ash, Ana, Attention right now, you're actually not, you don't get your shift forced. So then that means that, hey, I can actually shift whenever I want to, and not because I have to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And the only difference is that you stayed here. That's the only difference. That's the only thing that you did better. So close. So close.
I agree.
So close. I know. That would be hilarious. Okay. Just stay here. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. I mean, this is exactly what we were talking about. Like, this feels so freaking good. Stay shooting. Keep shooting. It's fine. He almost hits. This one kind of feels like just a misplay from you.
Yeah, I was kind of. I realized that like midway, and I'm like, wait, I'm focused. I'm way too zoomed out in my crosshair. I should have like punished this rotation ages ago.
So actually, I think this is okay. See, look at where you are. Look at where their backline is because of where you are. You see it? I actually think this is okay from you. You just needed to keep doing damage.
Yeah.
And you did. Like, the only, I think here is just flux sooner, you know, so that you could actually follow up off of the. But honestly, I really don't think this was I don't think this was a big mistake. Your support, it was more your supports kind of couldn't decide of where to go, and so they didn't really support either angle properly. So I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Right.
Now this is the fight that I think you're going to want back. Because not this particular.
This is a fight.
Yes. so you're like, okay, we're fine here. All they need to do is like, is it this fight? No, it's this fight here.
It was their touch. It was their touch.
Yeah. Okay, so let's slow this down here. Fall back to Genji. I mean, I get it. Sure, you do leave these guys to rotate.
I wouldn't do it if he wasn't alone, but
yeah.
I feel like it was probably the wrong call. But just like the moment, like
Yeah.
It's like one where I'm like, oh, I don't know if I trust this guy because like how he's played in the game, but like the correct play is to trust him. I think.
I think either trust him or actually do the job, right? Because like you start to pre-charge the accretion, and then like, I mean, what is that? You know, like literally anything accretion here saves you so much HP and actually gets a kill, and then you miss a shot, shoot the diva, and then die. I will point out as well, this is where that kinetic grasp micro comes into play. Check out your accretion cooldown. I bet you didn't even notice this. Watch this. Check it out.
Yeah.
There's that miner coming into play. You see it?
Yep.
And that's insane. 5 freaking seconds, and it didn't even feel like that big of a kinetic grasp either. I think the threshold must be really
that's
low.
why I usually know it was in the kinetic.
Yeah.
The trading range.
I
like,
wonder
you block
what it
like
is.
100 damage and you lose like 5 seconds, which is just absurd.
It's absurd. It really is. Yeah. So that's just more of a no pun intended minor thing there. But yeah. Okay, we'll keep going here.
Actuating the barrier.
This one I think was more shield management and/or rotations. Like you had the right idea, but I think. Yeah. This right here, it's just too much damage being taken, right?
It's too greedy. I should have shielded the cast, but I hit shift first, and then I'm like, but I want to be here because like I can take the space, but at the same time I can't hold the space.
Right. So it's like if I shield the cast, and then I can walk forward here, and then because I have shift, I can actually hold the angle.
Part of that is just I was not expecting the Bastion swap. Which
right.
Kind of
but I guess my point being is that like shift for holding the angle here is regardless going to be valuable.
Yeah, of course.
It's like either use your shift or your shield and use both and like that sucks. Like you have a cooldown to take space and a cooldown to hold space. And use both cooldowns to take space, right? And that just sucks. So it's like it feels like you shouldn't be losing this much HP, and yet here we are. I think it's a really nice primary fire here. Yeah, that one was really good right there. Okay, Tracer kind of ints. We rotate out. More of a minor thing here, but if your team is kind of already rotated to point here, like if you don't have to touch point, don't touch point. Hold the angle here. Get a general rule for this map. Hold the corner here.
Yeah.
Because basically the way to think about it is like when you have to rotate a point, sure, but like this pressure onto tank line and back line is like really, really valuable. Just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, that's what I was walking originally, but I heard the Nuno. I kind of want to throw a shield in his face. It doesn't just get insta sleeped.
Yeah, that's true, but that's kind of also his responsibility too, right? Like he has to make that call, and you can throw that shield from anywhere as well. Good mechanics.
The barrier is weakened.
I mean, just need to, when you look one direction, shield the other, you know?
Yeah. I was probably because I was like surprised with the chance. I'm like, huh? Like the military shot. I'm like, huh? What are we chanking?
Yeah. I can't believe your fluxes. I mean, listen, I'm not going to argue with success. You hit it. You freaking hit a fat one, too. Poor guy thought he was him.
Whoops. My bad, son.
Happens. And these are one of those moments where, like, I just really strongly encourage you to either rotate up top to contest
I should just laugh, but part of me was like...
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you're controlling point, where's the corner that you want to hold with where your team is fighting?
From a controlling point, you probably just play pillar, especially if that was
exactly.
on that corner.
Right. This is kind of one of those moments where it actually does showcase that habit that you have, which is kind of hovering here. But why do you need proximity here? You're not fighting here anymore. You're fighting here. So why are you here? You see it? Just sit here. Freaking sit here. You know?
Yeah.
And I think this is like where you need to be abusing your range a little bit more. Where like if you're outputting pressure on a corner, you don't have to physically be on top of who you're shooting. Because it leads to a really, really bad HP trade that, again, it's one of those things where it's like you just demand so many more resources. Like if I go back and I look at your Ana, you're the reason she dies. You see what I'm saying? Because what is she fully locked into? Pocketing my feeding teammates and not, you know, protecting herself, not being able to allow herself to do damage or anything, right? And what did you get out of that proximity? I mean, almost nothing.
I should have left immediately.
Yeah, I mean, your Cassie's also dead as well, so... Okay.
Yeah.
All right, last fight here. Now, I want to say this is the same problem, where you could be here, but I don't want you here. And I feel like that's where you're going to be. I freaking knew it. You know what I'm saying? You get caught in between in these rotations where either you're managing your range well, but you're standing in the open, or you're playing really good cover, but you're not managing your range well.
Right.
You kind of see what I'm saying? Whereas, like, there's really no reason for you to rotate from this corner as long as there's something to shoot. And then once the Ana commits the rotation, if you want to keep going, I mean, first off, block the nade, but then fully commit to here. Fully commit, like all the way. None of this, no half measures here.
Yeah.
Where you're getting the boast of both worlds, where you're getting shot from two sides and you're standing in the open. So, okay, let's take some notes. So work across our aim smoothness, a bit more discipline with corners, as always. Keeping an eye when you're pushing, floating in the open for no real benefit. Beyond that, I think it's okay. I think you just keep practicing what you're doing. I think some of the details will improve with time. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
Also, no. I'm trying to think, but
Yeah, I mean,
I
if
feel
nothing
bad
comes
saying
up,
nothing again and again.
well, you shouldn't feel bad. Like, if you feel like you've got stuff to work on, honestly, that's fine. And if questions come up down the road, like, there's obviously no.
Oh yeah, no, I don't feel like it's a bad habit of me, like not just here, like in real life as well.
I guess. Well, let's make sure that you don't have any questions then by going through what you need to work on. Do you understand what I meant with the wobble aiming and what you need to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
The examples were very clear.
Okay, sure. So the examples were clear not only from Max, but from your own gameplay, right? Like the improvement, right? The improvement of the things of what you're trying to do. And are you clear with how you need to practice that?
The only thing to do is play the game and hyper focus on the crosshair.
That's it. Don't just play the game, but hyper fixate on aiming smoothly. That's how
I fix crosshair placement in Valorant.
Yeah. Exactly. You did a really good job with it, okay? Are you very clear with your positional shortcomings? What you need to be, not only what is wrong, but what needs to be done differently?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tend to focus too much on one and lacking of the other one.
Right. And a little bit of that plat magnet, right? Where you start to hit shots, you start to press W, and when you're playing basically a sniper character for a tank. Not exactly a sniper character, but there's no real benefit for you mechanically to walk forward a lot of the time. So just hold the corner. Press forward when you need to. So, okay.